Hi everyone, it's Erin from the Provincial Farmhouse. In today's video, I am doing a Christmas decorate with me. We're going to be decorating the Christmas tree in my dining room and my sideboard. This year, I changed things up a little. Last year, I kept things very much silver and white in my tree. This year, I am bringing in a little bit of color, some different textures. I have a couple of new ornaments. I have some thrifted ornaments that I'm excited to add to the tree, and also a thrifted star. I'm going to be doing a little project later on in the video where I show you how I updated that, give it a little bit more sparkle. And I am also going to be experimenting with ribbon. I have never used ribbon in my tree before, so I'm excited to try some new things out this year. So this is what we are starting with. I have cleared a space for my tree to go, and I'm going to begin by adding my tree skirt, or rather it's made to look like a tree box. I got this from Kmart Australia, I believe it was 2 years ago now. It comes in two pieces. There are hinges on each of those pieces, and then the sides attach with Velcro, so it's very easy to set that up. Next, I'm going to add in the base of my tree. My tree is from Target Australia. It is a pre-lit snowy Alaskan style. I'm just putting that into the base, making sure that I have the cords ready. This is one of the trees where you have to plug in each of the different sections, and it comes in 3 sections. So I'm just going to pull the branches apart, and then I'm going to be fluffing the tree, pulling those branches and bits and pieces in different directions, just trying to get it looking full. I'm not going to be adding any extra pieces this year. I'm going to then add the middle part of the tree, and I'll connect the 2 light pieces. So last year I added in extra branches from a tree that I wasn't using anymore. This year I'm not going to do that. I'm using a lot of different elements this year. I don't want the tree to be too full. I'm then going to add the top section and connect the lights to that. I love this pre-lit tree. However, I do want to add in some extra lights because I do like the option to have them twinkle. So I am going to be adding an extra string of lights. I'm going to be starting at the bottom, and then I'm going to start weaving that in and out of the tree. I will go back in after I have all of the lights on the tree, and I will hide the light cords in amongst the branches. I always do this after I have them in place. It definitely makes your tree look a lot better when you go to the effort of hiding the cords the best you can. This year I am also going to be adding some picks to my tree. I haven't done that before, but I got these gorgeous pine cones in that have a sort of whitewashed snowy look. So I am going to be adding them to my tree. I do have these in my shop. I'll be adding them to the website soon. So I'm actually just going to be adding in 4 of these, just pushing those in until I'm happy with how they're sitting on the tree. And I've sort of got them in a downward angle, sort of facing down. Next, I am going to be using this beautiful burgundy ribbon that I got from TK Maxx this year. It was about $10, and I am going to start at the top of the tree. I'm going to make sort of like a loop, and then I'm going to push the end of the ribbon back into the tree and repeat the same process until I have about 3 loops. I'll then be cutting off the ribbon so that I can put the last loop into the tree. So I'm going to be repeating this process 3 times. I watched quite a few Christmas tree decorating videos before I attempted this. As I said before, I have never used ribbon in my tree before, so I definitely needed all the help I could get, but I am definitely happy with how this looks. I saw some tutorials where they used bows and things like that, but I just wanted to keep it pretty simple. So as I said, I'm just going to be doing 3 lots of this, having it sort of cascade down the tree on an angle, and I just sort of cut, I think that they probably would have been maybe 1.5 meter lengths of the ribbon. Now it's time to add the ornaments. These beautiful Mercury glass style ornaments, I've had these for 1 year now. I got them last year. I have 4 large ones of these, and I'm pushing them further into the tree so that they almost sit on the interior branches a little bit. I did see that suggested in some of the videos that I was watching, and I really do like how that looks. It fills in a lot of those gaps. So if you have had some issues with sort of fluffing that tree and it looking a bit empty, this can be a great option. I have this other ornament here. It's like a pine cone sort of style silver ornament. I also got this from David Jones, Australia. I only ended up getting 3 of this one. The next silver ornament was a design that I got from TK Maxx in Australia here. I got a couple of these last year and they go really nicely with the other ornaments that I already have. Next, I'm going to add this silver leaf garland that I got from Kmart Australia. I have 2 of them, and I'm going to just wrap that around in the same direction that I wrapped the burgundy ribbon in. And I just love adding in these different textures and colors and layering them in over the top of each other. So here I'm wrapping it back around over the top of that garland, and I have 1 more that I will add towards the bottom section of the tree. Another new addition this year was this beautiful gem garland that I got from David Jones. You might have seen it with my shop with me video I did a little while ago. I managed to grab one at 20% off. I ended up cutting it in half. It was only 180 centimeters long, and I wanted it to drape down underneath that ribbon. So I ended up cutting it in half. So I'm going to drape one part of the gem garland underneath, and then I will add the other half of it underneath the other ribbon. And this is just so beautiful. It catches the light really nicely. As I said at the beginning of the video, I am adding more color this year. I have that beautiful burgundy ribbon woven throughout the tree, but I'm also going to be adding these simple red ornaments. We've got some that are more of this sort of subdued red tone. I'm going to just be putting them in the tree. Some of them I just sort of placed in there, sitting them on branches. These ones here are a little bit shinier. I ended up adding, I believe it was 6 total, and they're just the perfect pop of red to go with the red garland. And they are not expensive at all, but because they're in amongst all of these other beautiful decorations, I think they really do look quite high end. Next, I have these other beautiful silver ornaments. I got these from TK Maxx this year, and I am going to be having those throughout the tree. There's 2 of each of these designs in the pack. Next, I have a couple of ornaments that I got last year that's in keeping with the beautiful silver theme. I'm just going to scatter these sort of onion style shape ornaments in amongst the tree. They're really great fillers. And then I have this beautiful beaded snowflake. I have 3 of these. Again, these are from David Jones, Australia. I'm going to add these 3 ornaments to the tree. Some other additions from last year that I will be adding to the tree are some icicles. I got these from TK Maxx Australia. They have some beautiful glittery beads on them. They are obviously made out of glass, and I'm just hanging those on the ends of the branches. And then I have some other style icicles as well that I'm going to add in, but these are from David Jones. So I'm going to add some of those. I tend to put the thinner, smaller ornaments towards the edges of the branches. Next, I have these ornaments here that I thrifted for just 50 cents each. They are made of plastic. They are beautiful double-sided snowflake designs. I'm going to be adding these to the tree. I love the subtle pearl tones of this. It just adds in another interesting element and shape. As I said, I have 4 of them, so I am going to be adding those to the tree. I also then decided to add a couple of little berry picks. These are actually just berries that have fallen off a garland. Next, I'm going to work on my tree topper. This is a star that I thrifted for just a couple of dollars. I already loved the shape and the glitter was beautiful, but I want to add some more. So I'm going to add some of Paint Couture's Extreme Garden Satin Top Coat. I'm going to pour some of that out so that I don't accidentally contaminate my whole container of clear coat with glitter. And then I'm going to start applying that over the star with a chip brush. I'm using this as my glue medium, and the reason I'm using the clear coat in satin is so that I don't dull any of the glitter that's already on there. I don't need full coverage when it comes to the glitter, but I do want it to be a little bit more shiny and be a little bit more silver. It almost had a bit of a champagne tone to it in some lights. So I'm going to add a generous amount of that clear coat, and then I am going to be using Paint Couture's Pure Silver German Glass Glitter, and I'm going to start sprinkling that over the top of my wet clear coat, and that is going to help that glitter to stick to the star. So keep that in mind. If you find something that you love the shape of, but it's not quite the right color, or maybe like in my case, I want to add a little bit more shine to it, you can definitely upcycle your thrifted finds and turn them into beautiful home decor. So I'm just going to continue adding this beautiful pure silver German glass glitter until I am happy with how it looks. It was a bit tricky to film putting the star on the tree, but as you can see, it is beautiful and shiny, and I apologize for that angle. Just ignore the cracks in the ceiling, we all have those, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. Next, I'm moving on to the mirrors that are above my sideboard. I always like to add some fairy lights around my beautiful arch mirrors, and then I continue the journey once I have this beautiful snowy garland on top of my mirror. So I like to weave the lights in amongst that snowy garland that I have draped. I love this mirror because it looks like a beautiful old window. Now I'm going to weave those lights through the garland that I have draped over the top there. Again, I am trying to move the branches to hide the cord as best I can, and then I'm going to add the lights over on the mirror on the other side. Next, I'm going to be using these beautiful French country style urn planters that I got from TK Maxx last year, and these Christmas trees that I got from Spotlight Australia last year. First, I'm going to undo the twine that's holding that burlap to the bottom of the Christmas tree, and this is actually sitting in some cement. It was already a little bit loose, so it wasn't too tricky for me to pull that out, but I'm going to be taking it out of that, and I'm going to wrap the base with that burlap that it already came with to sort of brace it, and then I'm going to be putting it into the beautiful French style planter. I just think this looks so much better and more refined than that simple burlap stand. I'm repeating the same process for the other one as well. Every year I like to then add my beautiful Mercury glass Christmas trees that I've had for quite some time, and I'm just going to be positioning those in front of the mirror. I'm then going to be adding this beautiful garland here. Now this is battery operated, so it does have lights already built into it, and I'm just weaving that through the trees, and then I will be obviously adding some batteries as well. I also decided to add this simple berry garland. I'm going to wind that through the garland that we already have down, just so we can bring a hint of that red over from the tree and have the two areas look a bit more cohesive. So again, just bending it around the branches, really making it look like it's a more of a single piece as opposed to two garlands wrapped together. I'm then going to bring the spare lights that were left over from the arched mirrors. I'm going to pull that around to in front of the mirror on the sideboard, but behind the Mercury glass Christmas trees. I then added in some silver and glittery pine cones that I got from Spotlight Australia, just 2 on each side. And that battery operated snowy garland, if I didn't mention it before, is from Bed Bath and Table Australia. I then decided that I would take out my red velvet ribbon. This is a much thinner style, and I'm going to be tying a simple bow on each of the Christmas trees that I have in the French planters. Again, just trying to bring those two different sections, the Christmas tree and the sideboard, together. I'm then going to add this beautiful festive swag that I got from last year. I did add fake snow to that, and the ribbon goes perfectly with the ribbon that I added to the tree. So that's going on top of my beautiful clock. And here's a look at how this corner of my dining room turned out. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for today's Decorate With Me video. I had a lot of fun bringing you guys along with me. I hope that it's given you some ideas on how you can decorate your home for Christmas. Stay tuned because I will be doing another Decorate With Me video. I will be decorating the rest of my dining room for Christmas, and I really hope that you guys tune in for that one. If you enjoyed today's video, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about today's video, and share it out with a friend who you think might enjoy it. If you haven't already, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our videos. You can find the craft products used in today's video on our website, theprovincialfarmhouse.com.au. Thanks for watching.